There we go. Let's do that. Let's see. Okay, I'm also live right now. Boom, there we go. Okay. Got a great show tonight. Great show. XTC. What's going on, brother? Yo, you stay right here in the chat, man. We're going to let some people jump in for a couple minutes. Hope you got your drink poured up. I'm going to need a refill here in a second. Great show tonight. Great show tonight. I'm excited, man. I'm excited to get right back to it. I feel like already a week for me is so long to wait to do this show, man. But I'm really excited. Tonight's a great show. XTC BEATZ is in the chat right now. We're going to be bringing them on here in a couple minutes. Everyone that's going to be jumping in, get a drink, have a good time, turn some music on. It's going to be a great conversation tonight. A great conversation tonight. Like I said, XTC. Get those drinks poured up, brother. Catching Up with Mac, episode 4. So excited for tonight. Like I said, everyone jumping in. We're going to bring XTC in here in a little bit. But make sure you got your drinks poured up. Get your drinks poured up. All right, we're going to kick it off. Let's get going, man. I can't wait too long. I want to just jump right into it. All right, Catching Up with Mac, episode 4. Thank you so much to everyone that continues to tune in, whether it's live or whether you're watching the show later on. I really appreciate it. Like I said before on every show, this is something I just want to do, which is so funny because this is something I want to do because everybody was in quarantine and you really couldn't talk to people and couldn't connect with people the way that you used to. The norm that we used to know, it's pretty much gone. And what's funny is when I started this show, it almost looked like things were going to start, maybe going back close to like a normal. And all of a sudden it completely reversed. And now pretty much San Antonio, Texas, we're like the epicenter of the resurgence of COVID-19. So that's why I'm doing this show, Catching Up with Mac, episode 4, so that we can catch up and I can talk with good friends and just have a great time, great conversation. So everyone that's jumping in right now, a Kickbox Fitness, what's going on? Jeannie Garcia, what's going on? Like I said, introducing this week's guest. I got a really great dude on, making some major moves in the producing world, definitely on the trap scene. He's making shit happen out there in Atlanta. He's just doing his thing. And I've known this guy for, man, a decade, if not just a little bit more. And I'm just really excited to get to talk with him again because he's always on the move, always bouncing around. And it's time that we catch up. So, introducing, and hold on. Before I introduce my guest, how could I forget? Every episode of Catching Up with Mac is going to be fueled by Jameson. Yes, Jameson, the best Irish whiskey there is. I go through these things like nothing. This is actually a brand new bottle. I'm going to crack it for y'all here in a little bit, or in a second. But yeah, they don't sponsor me. One day they might send me some bottles for the show. You never know, but every episode is fueled by Jameson. I've already had one, and it's going to be time to pour up a little bit more. But like I said, introducing our very first guest, not our first guest, but our guest of this evening, XTC BEATZ, man. Like I said, great dude, excited to bring him in right now. Let's see what's going on, man. Like I said, everyone that is watching, make sure y'all got some drinks poured up. Have a good time. We vibing tonight. It's a vibe. Hey, what's good, brother?
What's going on, Steve, man? How you been?
Yo, I'm good, man. Can you see me okay?
Yeah, there we go.
Look better?
Yeah, can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you, man. I can see you. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Chilling, man. Good, man. Just been keeping busy, man. And you?
Yeah. Same thing, man. Same thing. Just dealing with. I feel like every day, every month, we're throwing a different obstacle right now. So just trying to. I've been saying it past couple weeks, but just trying to adjust and adapt to whatever it is that we got to do. You know what I mean? So staying safe, man.
Right. Yeah.
What's going on with you? How's quarantine life going so far for you, man?
It's been going all right, man. Just been making music. Just been kind of chilling, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, that's all you can do.
Yeah, that's really all you can do, man. And I had a feeling someone like you was for sure going to probably be heavy in the music. I mean, even before all this, you know, I remember, God, man, I see you posting things at 3, 4, 5 in the morning sometimes of working on beats. And I'm, you know, obviously, you know, me used to be an artist. Man, I know how those nights can just drag on. So I can only imagine that now with quarantine, you've got just extra time to get shit done.
Yeah, crazy, man. I've been just making a lot of beats. I still been staying up late, man. Still making stuff. A lot of stuff, man, I just kind of hold in. But at times, man, I post something crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're crazy, man, because I know you. You've got a crazy catalog. I know when, you know, and we're going to get into our music side and just everything going on. But I know when I was making music and doing my thing and you were shouting me beats, man, you'd send me packages of like 25, 30 beats just to check out. It'd be a little,
yeah, man,
you know, it
man,
can be.
I really needed the placement, you know what I mean? But just to send a lot, man, you know what I mean? Just to keep you like hear everything, you know what I mean? I don't want to just send you 6 quick ones, man. I want you to hear like, hey man, go through my sound, you know what I mean? Like check them all out.
No, I like that. I like that. I like the you get definitely a variety with it. That's what I always loved was, you know, sometimes you get a couple, 3, 4 beats and you're like, I'm not vibing to any of them. But when you get a package of 20, 25, you can find at least maybe like 3 gems out of it that just you can really rock with. So first and foremost, man, just, hey, I really appreciate you being on the show. This is Catching Up with Matt, episode 4. This week's guest, XTC BEATZ, man. Everybody that's watching, give them a round of applause, man. That's a good dude right here, man. That's a good dude right here, man.
Appreciate it, bro.
Hey, so I got a question for you.
Yo.
Hey, I got a question for you. So what are you're sipping tonight, am I right?
Yeah, man. Check this out, bro.
What you drinking on? The Swisher Sweet Cup. Hold up.
Right here.
Hey, the Henny. Yep. I remember you telling me, hey.
I told you,
like I said, man, I actually need to make mine fresh. Like I said, every episode of Catching Up with Mac is fueled by Jameson. They ain't sponsoring me, but at some point, they're going to send me a bottle. So we're going to see. But like I said, brand new bottle. We're going to crack it right now, man, because like I said, cheers, man. Cheers to you being on the show. Thank you for being, you know, my 4th guest. You know, and just catching up with me this week, man.
Yeah, cool. Hell yeah.
Yo, so tell me right now about quarantine, because obviously, you know, I know you're still here in San Antonio, and like I said, man, we've become like the epicenter. It's wild how, you know, shit's just it's crazy, man. You get on Facebook, you get on Instagram, and it's one person after another that you know that has tested positive or is in the hospital. I even know someone from high school that passed away from it. And yeah, you know, and I mean, it's tough. It's tough. What do you miss the most from quarantine? Because I know you're a travel guy. I know you're always back and forth to Atlanta. Is that something that's been possible during quarantine or no?
I mean, I guess I could go, man. You know what I mean? But I'd be taking more of a risk just in case, man.
Yeah.
I kind of just cooled it, man. I kind of just right now, man, at home, man, kind of coming up with the game plan, making new beats, getting stuff done. You know what I mean? And once it's time, man, maybe like after this kind of second wave, give or take, you know what I mean? But it has slowed me down, man, like a lot.
Yeah.
You know,
so you think is that what you maybe miss the most? Is being able to travel, like to travel for work and stuff?
Yeah, probably travel, man, and probably give or take, man, being able to chill with people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like being out. You know what I mean? Out doing things, man, with like people, man. You know what I mean? Like.
Do you feel like quarantine has you feel like quarantine has kind of stopped your creative process?
Yeah, it has in a way, man, because it kind of like slowed me down too, because I have to be careful myself. You know what I mean? And some like my music is my focus. Don't get me wrong, man, but like at this time, man, kind of not. You know what I mean? But it still is. You know, at the same time. Yeah, just kind of like I guess because like life has kind of changed. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah. I mean, it's we're living. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people that think that we're going to be able to go back to, kind of what it was like before March, February, January, December, what Christmas was like. But, man, I think it's a new norm. And like I said, I've been preaching this a lot, but I really think right now you got to adjust and adapt and honestly be ready to adjust at any moment.
Yeah, because I feel like it might get worse. Maybe, who knows, man. But like living kind of like this, man, like it's a bit different, very different, I guess, very different.
Yeah, I would say too, man, because I know me, obviously, me, man, being a really creative guy, being a producer, you got to be really creative. And sometimes it sucks because those social interactions that you have out and about or in public, that could be something that sparks it, or you're at a club and you catch a vibe, or at a bar or a lounge or smoking some hookah with friends, and just you catch a vibe and you catch an idea. And I would think that being isolated inside the house is just, I would say that definitely stops you from having that full-on creative process,
Yeah, very much. I mean, you're not out much, so you're right. You're not really experiencing any vibes other than just staying home and like seeing what the news is kind of saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very different.
Had a question for you. Okay, I gotta ask because I mean, this is a big thing. This is a big thing, and like I said, I never try to have a down conversation. That's why we're talking about this now, because I love everything to be lit. But I think it's important for me to use my platform. Obviously, I used to, be a voice for San Antonio and on the radio, and so, obviously now the pandemic and everything, I've been away from radio for a while now. It sucks, but you got to make sure that you always use your platform to focus attention on something that's important. So, question for you.
Sure.
Are you wearing your damn mask?
Yeah, I don't have it on me right now, I guess, because
No. I mean, but you're at home, though. But you're at home.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Everywhere. To the stores, gas station, work. Yeah, everything. Like, everywhere, really. Yeah. Honestly. Just in case, you know what I mean? Like, I guess for the protection of me and the others.
And, man, I like you saying that, because that's the selflessness that we need, I think, from more people, is that you're not only worrying about yourself, but you're thinking of others. And I think that's what a lot of people are missing, that, it's so much more like, well, me and my family don't need to do this. But the thing is you and your family could be the ones that spread it onto another family, exactly. And there's a lot of families being affected.
Yeah. You don't even know until you get tested, and then
until you get tested, man. I mean, there's people walking around that could have it, that have no clue. Symptoms could take 14 days to set in. Those 14 days, who have you been around? Who have you been talking to? Just this COVID-19, man, it's crazy. It's scary. And I think the ultimate message is we just all got to do our part to be safe, man. And I've been saying this. Just wear your damn mask.
All the time, everywhere. It doesn't matter where you go.
So, no, go ahead.
I feel like once you leave your house, you should wear your mask, just in case. Wherever you go, you know what I mean? Once you get down, that's it. Put it on.
See, I mean, really, the only place me and the wifey really go, I mean, we go to the park to OP, which I know you know OP, because you used to live right by there. But we literally just go there, man. We walk the path a little bit. We go on this one hill that we run and stuff, and completely isolated from everyone. So, of course, we don't wear a mask like in that setting. And I think sometimes maybe for a lot of people, they kind of get a little misconstrued that you got to be wearing your mask in your car if you're by yourself, or if you're at, like you said, even at home with your family. Like, you got to use your best judgment when to use the mask. If you're going into H-E-B, if you're going into Target, you know what I mean? But you don't got to be so extreme and think that they're telling you got to wear. I think that's what it is people think that they're being told they got to wear their mask 24/7, and no one is saying that. You got to wear it at the appropriate times when, the spread of infection could be possible. You know what I mean?
Interactions with somebody else, other than like your family. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, man. Hey, shout out Amanda Q20 in the building. Shout out Swish in the building. Thank you, everyone that's tuning in. This is Catching Up with Mac, episode 4. The one and only, man, XTC BEATZ. Known this guy for literally 10 years, man. And let me start off by saying this. Because this is another thing I've been talking about. You got to hold yourself accountable, right? And let me tell you something, man. I remember when I first saw you on the scene on Facebook. And I think I was, man, at that time, I think I was maybe 20, maybe 21. And I'd moved back to my mom's house because I was going to be moving into another apartment. And you remember the other place I moved in afterwards. It was the place that had that nice studio set up that you came through to. But in the very beginning, when I saw you on Facebook, the hater in me, and I'm being dead serious, the hater in me, I thought you were trying to rap. And you were representing the Northwest side because we both come from the same side of town. And I remember I was hating a little bit, and I feel like I was talking a little bit of shit. And it's funny, I was scrolling through Facebook trying to find this because I feel like I'd made comments like, oh man, you know, the only person holding it down the Northwest side is Corey Mack. Like, you better believe it. No one gonna step on my territory or anything. Then all of a sudden, I fucking realized that you're a producer. And yo, I felt like shit after that. Real talk.
Yeah, actually, I didn't even know, man. But yeah, I just
and man, I'm telling you, I think this was back in like 2010, if I'm looking at right, like 2009, 2010. And I found out you were making beats. And what was really cool, man, you were actually really dope. You were really nice in the beginning, which I always think is the #1 thing. If you want to be successful, it's all about the humbleness. And you had no problem sending me beats. I can think of one of the ways the beats went. And let me tell you something. I remember I didn't like the beats though. I remember that. I wasn't feeling them. But you were just such a cool dude because I reached out, and like I said, I just wanted to address the fact that I feel like I was being a hater in the beginning. And I apologize for that because you're a great dude.
Yeah, that's all good, man. That's no problem, man. Shit.
Tell me what the beginning was like for you. What was the beginning like when you were making beats? Right? Because I remember my beginning, and it was literally the egg carton thing that you put on your bed. That thing you get from Walmart, it's like that egg carton. So that was like my phone, and it was just a mic in a closet. What was your beginning like?
I just had like a big desk, man, and there was like this. I had this big like rolling phantom, man, so it took up like the whole desk, you know what I mean? And then I had a little woman on the bottom, but it's pretty much a desk, man, all there. I had a little computer screen connected to this laptop, and I had the wires running behind the TV next to the side of me, and I had the mic stand on the very end, you know what I mean? Just in the corner behind like this closet area. And when I didn't use it, I took it to the closet. But I don't know, man. I think the hardest part was probably like learning the program, man. And it was more just me, myself, man. So I kind of just learned what YouTube had and then just kind of learned tweaking on my own, man. And shit, here I am today, man.
What program were you using in the very beginning?
Pro Tools, man. That was kind of.
It was Pro Tools. Let me tell you, man. Pro Tools is no joke. Let me tell you straight up, man. The guy that tried to teach me Pro Tools, I had the wifey buy it for me, I think like in 2013, 2014. And man, that I had to put that thing back in the box, man. That takes for people that don't know, Pro Tools is a serious program. Like we're talking about, I mean, that's literally what the pros use. I mean, a lot of people have their own specific, they might like another one, they might like Logic, they might like something else that fits them more. But Pro Tools has, I think, all of the plugins that you really need to be as professional sound as possible. You know,
that was like top dog. It still is top dog. I mean,
there's
other programs too, but that's like the top one. You know what I mean? You're gonna find.
And you're talking about expensive, man. You're talking about like $8 bills.
Yeah, you have to buy like a little like an amplifier, like a mixer for it, so you can use the program. And you have to buy a couple extra plugins, but. Yeah, man, it was crazy, man. Like everything amounted to like that price. Like, but you had top, like this was it. You know what I mean? You want to like, it was what the pros use. Are you right? It still is. Yeah.
And so you know, I remember this, and what's funny is I still refer to you as this. I'll say ecstasy every once in a while, but to tell you the truth, man, you always money bags to me, man.
Yeah,
you're always money bags to me. And for people that don't know, man, that was. Ecstasy's your real name's Mario, but that was your first producing name. Was that your first producing name?
Yeah, it was, man. It was Moneybags back in the day, man. And like I guess I should have kind of stuck with it, I guess, man. But I changed it, man. I guess because Moneybags, it was like more of a common name. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So I changed it, man. But yeah, I still have some people call me Moneybags, man. And you too, man. It's just I guess
man,
you're right, man.
Let me tell you, man. I thought the Moneybags tag was like Moneybags beats. Like I thought the Moneybags tag was dope. And what's so cool, man, for people that don't know a little bit about me was, I rapped for and made music since from 2008 to 2015. And this guy right here, literally from my third project and on, you had an influence where me and you would talk about beats. I got you in on mixtapes from there on out. But man, you were my first ever original song, ever.
Yeah.
Because I used to do the whole Lil Wayne thing, rapping on beats that were just on the radio and stuff. My first mixtape, Hotter Than the Radio, so I called it that, was because everything was a radio joint. I think we did Shoddy as a 10, we did a Millie, we did man, just a couple of different things, and I stuck with that vibe. But you were the very first original track that I had, and it was on my second mixtape, Urban Warfare, and it was Breaking Bread.
Yeah, I remember that, man.
And let me tell you, man. Man, I was when I was kind of doing some research through the week and just looking back at old posts from us, man, a lot of people had liked that track. And let me tell you, the beat you dropped on it, just fucking hits, man. And that's what it is about you. You've stuck to this whole trap side. Am I right?
Yeah, man. I just kind of fell in love with the sound, man. Just the way it is, you know what I mean? Just real dark and grimy. I don't know why, man. I just kind of like this shit.
Because let me tell you, someone like me, I had never really rapped on trap beats. You know me, I'm more of a hypey artist. And what I always loved was your shit is real dark and ominous. But yet I feel like I was always able to bring kind of like this bright light that was shining in it because I'm very like illuminated, I feel like, when I spit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you gave it like that touch to like make it like a hit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Who were some of your early influences to get into trap producing?
Trap, probably like Manny Fresh was like I like Manny Fresh back in the day, man. He had like underground hits, but they were like still like Billboard hits at the same time. You know what I mean? Yeah, him, man. And then when like Lex Luger, Zaytoven, Southside, 808 Mafia. Okay. Kind of like, yeah. Those are some big people, but like before they broke out, man, I want to say it was like Manny Fresh, Scott Storchy had somewhat, you know what I mean? Yeah. Somewhat like dark beats, Dr. Dre for sure, Scott Swiss Beats. Yeah, pretty much all like the big names, you know what I mean? Like,
I've always gotten a real southern feel from your beats. Obviously, we're from the South, where we live in Texas, live in San Antonio, which is literally fucking the almost furthest point of America. And you could definitely get a real southern feel from that. So I really like the fact that you said Manny Fresh, Scott Storch. So those are two dudes right there that I highly respect. Highly respect.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
Let me see. Real quick, shout out the wifey in the building real quick. And shout out my mom jumping into the show. Once again, Catching Up with Mac, episode 4. XTC BEATZ, man. He's got the Henny poured up in the Swisher Sweet cup. Hold up. You know, like always, fueled by Jameson. I can't plug it enough. They ain't sending me shit, but I don't care. I'm sipping, though. It's all good. What about some artists? Tell me, because, of course, you can listen to producers and stuff, but I know that a lot of times, look, it's a heavy debate. Does the artist make the song, or does the beat make the song? Does the producer make the song? I think that's an equal balance. I think that it's got to be a solid beat with a solid artist. You could have a shitty artist on a great beat, and it's trash. You could have Drake on a fucking shitty-ass beat, and it's trash. What were some early influences on the artist side that kind of got you into the trap producing world?
Trap producing? Artist-wise, I would have to go with... He wasn't too trap, man, but 50 Cent was pretty dope, man, when he first broke out, man. Like, his shit so...
I was a huge 50 fan.
Yeah, me too, man. Chamillionaire was pretty dope, man. He kept it up.
Yo!
I mean, yeah,
Chamillionaire is still one of the shows that, I've got artists that I want to see live. Of course, Wayne is my favorite artist of all time. I've seen Wayne and Drake almost the same amount of times, like 7 or 8 times. I've seen 50. Chamillionaire is literally on my top 5 list to see live because that is someone that I grew up to, man. Mixtape Messiah, wild.
And the first one, man, went crazy, man. All 3 discs, man. Shit,
wild, man. Just the beef with Mike Jones, the beef with, I think a little beef with Michael Watts, Swisha House, then with Paul Wall. It was just, man.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was enough to just take him off. You know what I mean? Like gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he landed, man. Shit, he was like one of the first rappers to sell like over 1 million ringtones.
He did with Riding Dirty.
Yeah, he did.
That's
I think
when
he
he
was
did.
like the first one. Yeah, I think he was the first
And
one.
let me tell you, I'm pretty sure I had that. I think I had that on my Nokia. I for sure
really?
got that one.
Yeah. Man, that song was hard when it came out too. I like that beat too.
Yeah, that's good, man. Okay, so we talked about you producing my first beat. We talked about you originally going by the name of Moneybags. Like you said, you felt like Moneybags was a little too, you felt like that name was a little too generic. Obviously, there's Moneybag Yo, now that's an artist, which I had never heard anyone Moneybags before you. But it's funny, when I finally heard Moneybag Yo, I was like, damn, maybe is that a more familiar name out there? What drew you to XTC BEATZ? Because you were still Moneybags. You were still Moneybags, I think, in 2011. And then all of a sudden you had to change.
Yeah,
so what drew you to that name?
I don't know, man. I just felt like I listened to a lot of my music, man, like kind of like buzz, you know what I mean? Like, so when I felt like you hear my beats, man, it takes you to like some other place, man, and it was like
I like that.
ecstasy, you know what I mean? Yeah,
I like
like
that.
when you hear it, man, you're not just hearing the song, man, you're hearing some crazy shit, you know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
Like you could probably just hear the beat by itself too, you know what I mean? Artist or no artist, you know what I mean? Just kind of hear my song, you know what I mean? I want you to hear my song, man, before you even hear it like fully done.
I got you. I like that. You always, what I liked about you too, your song always had a great intro.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You always had a build up.
Yeah, always, man. I want you to hear how it's gonna start. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I want you to get like your mind rolling, like, oh fuck, something's about to go down. You know what I mean?
I like that, man. That shows a lot of passion, man. That shows that you're really into your craft. You want to give the listener the best experience possible. And let me tell you, me being a consumer of music, even though I used to make music, now being in the radio world, I've learned so much about just how songs are put together and structured. And I can tell you, man, I like the way that you structure your shit. It works. It works. And on your name, XTC BEATZ, too, you know, that's a big deal, man, because, you know, your brand is everything. Your brand is everything.
Always.
And it's tough when you've already built up years working with another name and going with something else. And shit, I can reference myself because in the very beginning, like you called me when we started, when you jumped on right now, you were like, C-Mac, what's up? That used to be who I was back in the day, C-Mac Baby. And that has my Lil Wayne influence into it. But, you know what's weird? At a certain point, I think I started off C-Mac Baby in 2008. I think I still rocked with it a little in 2009. But, man, I felt like I had this kind of growing up change that happened. And I wanted something a little more professional sounding. And that's when I went with Corey Mack. I thought that just really was solid. And when I went into radio, what's so crazy is when I went into radio, you know, at first I was trying to pitch the name to the station Baby Blues. Because, you know, I got these beautiful blue eyes right here. You know what I'm saying? They look good. They pop. Not saying for you, but any of the other people in the chat, you know, you can see them. And Brittany Fox, what's going on? Hello. She worked with me at the station. She works at, I think, at Ken's 5 now, one of the news stations. But I was trying to pitch Baby Blues. And you know what's funny, man? I really realized I need to stick to what I've done and who I've been. And so I went into the station with Corey Mack. And now I really feel like I'm building a brand around my name. I want to make my name a household name. And I feel like that's exactly what you're trying to do. Tell me how important it is to brand yourself and try to increase the attention around your brand as much as possible.
Just gonna have to like in your videos that I see produced for you, it's heavy with XTC BEATZ right there on it. But there's a lot of people you might go through on YouTube that are putting their beats up that it's just that image that you've got or that scene that you've got with their little tag name at the bottom. But you're more out there putting it right in your face, XTC BEATZ. What I mean is, how important is it
for you to develop the brand, for you to build your business?
Oh, because that's what that's kind of what you're going by, you know what I mean? And you want to protect like the business. The business is your business, kind of. Does that make sense? Like,
yeah,
it's more of like this is your network, you know what I mean? And like you have to kind of protect yourself, like protect your brand. That brand is you, that represents you, you know what I mean? That's, if that's what you go by, or that's what you're doing, like you have to do like whatever it takes to like protect it, you know what I mean? That's who you are, kind of, you know what I mean?
A big thing that I always notice about you, like I said, I guess we're gonna stick to the brand on here. So a big thing I realized about you, XTC, instead of me calling you, you know, Mario or Moneybags.
Yeah.
I noticed that you've never worked with that many artists here in San Antonio. You know, I really feel like it was me and the people that were a little bit around me. I'd see you branch out to maybe a couple artists here in San Antonio. Even I would give your beats to some of my good friends that were coming up. But what is it about San Antonio that I feel like someone like you has had so much success out of San Antonio? What is it about SA? And I've asked this question before on the show with other artists, but what is it about SA that you feel like it's just holding us back?
Man, I don't know, man. People wanting to work together, maybe, or like, I guess people working together, but not just that, like having a platform to put it out, like, yeah, kind of.
I think a lot of it has to do about like a solid team around a lot of people.
True.
I think that I've spoken this on here on the show, but I think that a big thing for me was I just didn't have a solid team, man. I just didn't have this set core group of people just rocking with me that could help me get to where I needed to be, so that way I could help them get to where they needed to be. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
I think that a problem San Antonio maybe has is, do you think a lot of people want to be number ones, but don't realize that they might have a secondary or third role to play in a group towards a successful artist?
I feel like you're all gonna get successful. You know what I mean? Like, hey, somebody came up, but you're part of the crew, but like now you have the option to go do your own thing too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So really, it helps everybody. You know what I mean? Everybody's kind of getting in the door together.
Because my thing is and this is no disrespect whatsoever, and please do not feel disrespected, but I never ever, and it pissed me off, and I would try to bring so much attention to you because I was like, people are sleeping, but I feel like San Antonio just didn't recognize the fucking great producer they got sitting right here in the northwest side in Parkwood.
I lived in Tanglewood.
Tanglewood, that's what it was. Tanglewood. I pass by it all the time, and I always tell the wifey, I'm like, man, that's, you know, because I know you used to live there. Not anymore, but I just feel like you didn't get the love in San Antonio, and that upsets me because, bro, you got talent. But now what I've watched over the last 5 years, man, you are getting love in Atlanta like no other.
Yeah, man, and it's crazy, man, because like I remember going to the studio a couple of times, man, and this guy was like, "Yeah, I remember you." Like, oh shit, okay, cool.
Please, I would love for people to hear this, because like I said, man, to me, and I spoke with High Strum that was on my first episode, Catching Up with Matt, and I told him that the thing that set him apart that I noticed was he was traveling. But what I think holds a lot of people in San Antonio back is this just square box mentality that I've got to make it here before I make it anywhere else. And that's just not true. How did your connection with Atlanta happen?
Just kind of, man, I'm the cool, man. There was this dude on Instagram, man, and I had already made some beats for this one cat in Atlanta. And so, like, I kind of knew some people out there, but not really like that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so, like, this one cat, man, he was like the CEO, but I knew this one dude he knew. And I just kind of took a wild trip out there, man. Like, it was like a one-day thing, man, just to go see and check it out. You know what I mean? Like, I never been there, man, and I went, man. I was there in the studio, met a bunch of people, man, and then just since then, man, just kind of every time I go, man, you just meet a bunch of different people. But since my name is kind of getting out there a little bit more, man, like I'm starting to know a lot more people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I mean, bro, I've seen you work with some serious people. I remember when you first DM'd me that you're going to be working with Brick Squad, 1017 Brick Squad. And for anyone in the comments that doesn't know, that's Gucci Mane's label. And I remember you were chopping up with that guy, Pee Wee Longway.
Yeah, I sent him some tracks, man, and shit, he picked one of them, man, and shit. I was like, okay, cool. And turns out it was like his lead single on his mixtape, man. It was.
I remember
dope.
that.
Yeah, they never did a video, but shit, the song got some plays, man. So it broke out.
It was it something whipping water?
Oh yeah, D-Boy Whipping Water.
Is that what the song was called?
Yeah, that's what it's called, man.
That's crazy, man, because like I said, what do you think helped you the most getting those connections? Were you the type, and I've seen a couple like really successful people say that if you don't take your shot, you don't know if you'll make it, right? Were you the type that was always sending I think I remember you telling me this, that you would just literally DM Rick Ross's management, DJ Khaled's management, and you just be flooding with like beat packages.
Yeah, man, you just have to like, shit, if they're gonna give you the email, why not? You got,
yeah.
Because there's like millions of people out there probably doing the same thing, man. But you just kind of have to send them like, I just send them enough shit to where they're gonna at least hear at least one. You know what I mean? Once they catch one, man, then they'll start catching. Oh, we'll play some more of that dude's beats. You know what I mean?
And like I said, that's you taking a shot on just sending it out there. And I feel like a lot of people don't take those chances where you don't even send a DM. You have no clue if it's possible. And what's funny is with this show, I actually have a couple big radio personalities in mind that have DM me, and I've actually talked on DM with. Don't want to mention names yet, but if I land them and I could get them on the show, it's going to be the same thing where I'm just going to go ahead and just send out those messages and see if I can do it. But I feel like there's so many people, man, that are scared just to even take that leap of just sending a DM.
Yeah, you just have to get out your comfort zone, man, and just be ready. You know what I mean? And if you want to do something, man, you gotta go do it, man, because this shit not gonna come to you, man. You gotta go do it, and if you want to do it, you gotta do it yourself.
Has that been where a lot of your success has come from? Like I said, we're about to get into the people you've worked with, because you've got a great catalog, man, and you've got one album that people watching should know who the fuck we talking about. But if you don't, then just leave the damn show right now. But is that so? That's what you feel like really sets you apart from maybe a lot of these artists that sit here and they want to be DM'd by artists for their music, was more you were out there reaching out as the producer than waiting to be reached out to?
Yeah, I guess because like to me, man, I guess in my opinion, man, I just make the beat. You know what I mean? So like, I have to really get my beats out there. You know, if I rap, man, I probably put rap songs out every day. You know what I mean? But since I just make the beats, man, the platform's a little bit harder. And so I just kind of go out there, man. You just never know, man. And since all them dudes, man, they be at the studios, man. Like, you never know who you're gonna run into out there. Here too, man. But like here, man, there's not too much of a music scene either. You know what I mean? There is, but there isn't.
Exactly.
I just kind of took my chances, man, and went somewhere, man, where almost everybody in the city could be popping. You know what I mean? If you make it in Atlanta, man, you pretty much got a hit, like almost in the whole South.
You know, another thing that I personally think from, like I said, working with you, interacting with you, we're going to get into, I mean, me and you did a full mixtape together, man. We did a full project together.
Yeah.
And it was special to me. It was special because it was all original beats, and it was my first time just getting to really work with someone. But what I really liked about you and what I've observed was in the very beginning, man, you weren't afraid to give out free beats.
Yeah,
you weren't afraid to just get your sound around. And I just think that, oh man, I think these people, man, even in radio, I think these people sign up day one and think they should be fucking paid right off the bat for what they do. And it's like, you got to build some damn clout. You got to have a resume. Show me something before you start demanding a price from me. What was that your approach in the beginning about you gave me free beats? I know you were hooking other people up. Was that your approach?
Yeah, just to kind of get the name out, you know what I mean? Like, you can't really get your name out if you're not really getting to give out, like, you know what I mean? Even like beer companies, man, and liquor, man, they're giving out free samples places, you know what I mean? Kind of
exactly.
Kind of just, hey, man, you kind of have to get your name out there, man, you know what I mean? If you're trying to come up from the ground, nothing, you know what I mean? Like, and you have like maybe like no money to do it. Like the only way to do it is word of mouth, man. And hey, man, just check my shit out. You know what I mean? Like you never know who's listening or who's watching, man. Never. Pretty much because everybody's always watching.
And what's so funny, man, I like how you said right now, what'd you compare it to right now? You said that it was
liquor and beer. Yeah, beer.
Oh, the liquor and beer. Okay.
Yeah,
I think that's so funny, man. When you go to these nicer HEBs like Bandera 1604, Lincoln Heights and stuff, man, they got full on fucking chefs cooking like a 3-course meal for you to try out, just a sample. They give you a plate, man. Me and the wifey go to Central Market all the time before the quarantine, obviously. But they give you a full fucking plate of food, and I'm like full after that. And it's just taking the chance of like, well, if we just have it in the display, maybe 25% of people will buy it. But you know what? If we put it out for people to try, maybe we'll land 75, 80%. And I think that's a big part of your success. Was, like I said, that you were so humble in the beginning and so willing to work with someone like me, where I didn't have a name to myself whatsoever. I wasn't huge in San Antonio. Now, I was known on the north side, but there's west, east, and south to go. You know what I mean? Like, I think that was really cool about you, just giving out free beats. When was the moment that you started charging for beats?
Shit, it was probably...
Was it the Atlanta connections? Was that when things started clicking like that?
Yeah, that too. I mean, I had charged them a little bit before, but it's more like this time in Atlanta now. Like, hey, man, like I'm out here doing the thing you can too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's fun, man. I like it out there, man. I love it.
And did you just asking? I don't know if you can discuss it at all. But did you get checks from like Pee Wee Longway or Brick Squad for those beats? Or was that more of just like you, of course, just being so grateful to be on the tape? I don't know.
Yeah, it was more of just like, hey, man, let me get on the tape. You know what I mean? Because after that, man, then, you know what I mean, shit could go even further.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, hey, to me, it was just like, hey, man, just hear my beats. That's it. You know what I mean? Just, if you could take it further, go ahead. You know what I mean?
And I think Pee Wee Longway was Gucci's next prodigy, right? Was it after Young Thug? I think Pee Wee came up kind of after Young Thug left Gucci.
Yeah, I think it might have been a little bit before.
Or what was it Young Thug with Gooch?
Yeah, I think they're like still homies probably. I'm not sure, but I think label wise, I don't think they're on the same label.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just remember that Pee Wee Longway was Gucci Mane's like next guy coming up. And what's crazy, man, is when you started producing songs for him, I really started seeing his shit all over like those Dat Piff Hot New Hip Hop mixtapes. You know, like the DJ White Owls back in the day. Remember that? I started seeing his name all around, and I was just like, wow, man, like XTC really fucking putting his shit out there.
It was very different, man. I guess coming from like way over here, man, San Antonio, Texas, like we almost off the map. You know what I mean? In the United States.
Big time.
So it was like, damn, okay, man, shit. I got my song way over there. You know what I mean? And like it's doing pretty good. It kind of got me. You know what I mean? It got me like my little 15-minute of fame. You know what I mean? It got me out there, man. It kind of, you know what I mean? It boosts my credibility. You know what I mean? Like, okay, cool. So it's another, you know what I mean? Added to my resume of artists. So it was pretty dope, man.
Yeah. Well, man, like I said, I mean, even me and you, we've put some work in. For the people that joined a little late, Bally Too Loyal, shout out being in Catching Up with Mac, episode 4, being in the chat. You know, me and you worked on stuff, and like I said, it was like your beginning. I feel like pretty much you were there for my beginning, and I feel like I was there for like your beginning. I feel like we were just, I feel like everything, that the equipment, just everything was real primitive. Like I said, at one point I was recording in a corner, just like where two walls meet, putting my little egg carton foam right there, putting my mic, and it was really cool when me and you got to link up for my third mixtape. It was part of my trilogy, Urban Warfare, D-Day, and Urban Army. And me and you linked up for the entire D-Day track. And I just found the cover for it yesterday. It's funny, it has Uncle Sam on it, on the cover. And I was like, sign up for Urban Army. But you did the entire thing for me. Was that the first time you had solely worked with just a single artist on a project?
Yeah, that was mine too, like a full project. I had done, like maybe a couple of other songs before, because this is when I was just starting too, So like, yeah, you were my you're my first person, man, to be like on a full length, like, oh, hey, man, that's my shit. You know what I mean?
And what I loved was me and you came up with a whole new concept about about D-Day. And
Yeah.
the whole concept of it was that we didn't want to give people full-length songs. That you were only sending me like a minute 30, a minute 45, at the most 2 minutes of a beat. And I would either do a hook once, or I would kind of just intro and then go into I would just intro and then go into to the rap. But that was something real different. And you know what's so crazy is me and you did D-Day back in 2010. It dropped during spring break. And I was at La Cantera passing out CDs at the mall. I was literally going into Foot Locker or whatever the shoe store was, and I was like, yo, can I leave a stack of CDs here of mixtapes? They were like, yeah, no problem. Just going into random stores and leaving CDs. And literally, man, I was at Z Tejas. I think that it's Palenque Grill now at La Cantera. But that used to be Z Tejas, and I was there, man, sipping on a fucking Z stick or margarita, just throwing out mixtapes to people, the bartenders, they were giving them out. It was wild. But what I wanted to say was, me and you on that mixtape, we were doing minute 30, 2 minute max songs. Now that is the thing. That's the norm right now in the music industry. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, real short, man. Sometimes I listen to a song, man, like, damn, it's already over. What the fuck?
I'm kind of obsessed sometimes where I'm like, man, I wanted I need a little bit more. That wasn't enough for me.
Yeah, man, but it's cool, man, because we were doing like tapes, you know what I mean? And you just put a bunch of tracks out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're not really full songs. And now, shit, that is a full song. You're right on that.
And it was cool because I know that you've never, you know, I know that for producers, a lot of times they don't want to always be on the scene. Shout out Download R in the chat. Shout out my boy Sergio in the chat. Catchin Up with Mac, episode 4, XTC BEATZ. Like I was saying, what was I just saying? God damn it.
About the tapes, right?
Oh, you weren't. Most of the time, producers don't really want to be on the scene. They're not so vocal and everything. And I think that was a big thing for you because I wanted a tag from you. I wanted an interlude from you. And I still remember it. You were like, yo, what's up? Thank you for checking out D-Day. This XTC BEATZ is produced all by me. And it was real deep. It was real just like, you know, I could tell. I was like, man, it sounds like he really did his thing for me on this. Like I said, it's really what I respected about you. And me and you will always have that history. I can't wait till you make it fucking big, man. And you're doing your thing. And I get to go back and listen to that and know that me and you, it was the early on days of us working together. Right, let's fast forward real quick to the new days, to what's going on right now. 2018, you let me know that you just fucking pretty much produced 90% of Project Pat's newest album, man. 3-6 Mafia's own Project Pat. M.O.B. It dropped in 2018. I think you said he did like 95% of the producing on there. You got credits on the CD. You've got credits in all the articles they did about the album, Hot New Hip Hop, just everybody. Tell me about that experience, man.
Man, it was dope, man. Like, I knew I sent him some beats, man. It was like months before, man, like way before. It must have been about half a year before when I sent those beats. So when that album dropped, dude, like, I was shocked myself, you know what I mean? Damn, I just produced the whole album, shit's on CD, it's printed and everything, you know what I mean? Shit was crazy, man. I remember looking on Apple, man, and I looked up Project Pat, man, and I was like, shit, well, let me see what's going on. And I think I went on Google, man, and I looked up my name. I was like, shit, well, let me see what my name says. And then it would say M.O.B, and I was like, hold on, man. So that's when I went to Apple, to iTunes, and I was like, oh, shit, the CD produced by me. Like, those are those beats I sent.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. It was crazy. I know they asked me for 10 beats, man, and I was like, yeah, okay, cool. So I sent them 16 just so they could for sure get a 10. It didn't have to be just a straight 10, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And yeah, big 10, bro. So it's crazy, man. I'm waiting on another album, man, to drop too with Pat. Pat asked me for some more beats, man. I sent him like 27 beats. He sent me an email back. He was like, yo, bro, he's like, they all fire. I'm using all these. And I was like, okay, cool.
Wow.
I'm waiting on that day to drop too, man. It's gonna be another album. Yeah, it's crazy.
And not only that, but you know, I know that Juicy J was a feature on the album, and I believe Juicy J was on your beat, or was a collaboration of your beat and his beat.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. It was
That's wild, man. I mean, we're talking about fucking legend. I mean, 3-6 Mafia, man. I mean, where is the bud? Where is the bud? I mean, come on, man. Like, I mean, we're talking about if you're from the South, man. And what's funny is most people, and me and you were probably the same. You don't even say 3-6 Mafia. You just say 3-6. And it's like, that's already known. Juicy J's a producing legend as well, man. I think it's Hypnotized Minds.
Yeah, it's his label, man.
I
don't know if they still use it, but yeah, it's his label. Yeah, their label.
That's wild, man. And so how did that process work? I know you said you sent beats. Did they reach out? So did this all happen from your connections and your time flying out to Atlanta? Because I know you were flying out, man, at least once a month. So working studios out in Atlanta. I thought that was so dope. Did it branch from that and your work with Pee Wee Longway?
Like you hit one artist, man, and sometimes somebody likes your sound and they just, hey man, they want to see what artists you produce for. Like, okay, shit, like you kind of like either on the way up or you up, you know what I mean? And you gotta just keep posting, man, and that's kind of how I feel like it went about too. You know what I mean? People just kind of seeing me on my grind, and maybe somebody heard a sound or something that they liked. You know what I mean? And fuck, it just kind of popped, man.
So what they do exactly? Did they ask you for a package for a set of beats and just kind of they just wanted to feel it out?
Yeah, just ask you for beats, man, and then
who was it? Was it Pat's? Was it Project Pat's camp?
Yeah, it was Pat's camp, man. It was his manager, man.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, man, because he manages UCJ too, man, since they're brothers. So shit, I was like, okay, cool.
And that's what I'm saying. I remember even reading that, man, because I remember obviously I was in radio at the time, and it was so cool because I got to talk about you on air and show love to you. And I think I still have that break saved. But, you know, I was running overnights in San Antonio. You know, I'm the overnight king. And I was running weekends. And I loved it because I felt like I finally had a platform, even though I wasn't making music anymore. I wasn't rapping anymore. Now I'm on the radio, and I've got such a great platform being at that time one of the top stations in San Antonio. I felt like I got to show love to you. And when you had that moment of getting to produce Project Pat's new album, man, it was just like I was excited for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, crazy, right? Like, it shocks me too, man. I guess coming from San Antonio, man, you know what I mean? Like, I had to really go out there and get it, you know what I mean? And I got it, man. I got what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's special, man. And so a lot of people sometimes don't understand, you know, a producer doesn't always specifically work hand in hand with the artist in the studio. This was a thing where you just sent over the beats, right? At any point during Project Pat recording the album and using your beats, did you go to the studio at all? Did you do any back end work? Did you have to change a beat? Did you have to manipulate something for him?
Nothing, man. So what I did was when they asked for the files, man, I send them the files. And when I send the files, man, that's when I know it's like, oh, shit's about to go down. You know what I mean? Like, they
and that's you sending the files of everything gets on Pro Tools. A lot of people understand when you send the files, it shows up on their screen exactly like it shows up on your screen. So they can take this, and this out. Am I right?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, they'll kind of modify it. You know what I mean? But
okay.
Shit, nothing was modified. And they'll tell me, too, hey, man, we're either going to modify the beat or, like, they just needed to master it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like his engineer might want to add a little more reverb in right here, a little extra bass or 808 in this spot. Maybe just drop the beats.
Yeah, it's just so he can get it all together, man. He can line it up exactly good with the vocals, man, and then put on CD or flash drive, whatever. You know what I mean? And put that bitch together. Mm-hmm.
And tell me, and just to give you a quick heads up, everyone in the chat, everyone in the live watching, this does cut off at an hour. I think I jumped on. I think we got about 5 minutes left, but I'm going to end before the time ends. And that way we can jump right back on because we still got a little bit of talking to do, man. Like I said, it's been so long since we've caught up, brother. I mean, it for real has, man. I feel like with radio, you know, my schedule was fucking, you know, I was waking up at 4:30 in the morning. I had to be at the station by, you know, like 5:55. Had to drop the wifey off at work. It was just, schedule got so crazy, man, and me and you had planned so many meetups and to hang out and be in the studio together.
Yeah,
And it just,
it's been a while, man.
it sucks, but I promise you, after this quarantine, man, we are linking up. We're gonna smoke something good. We're gonna drink something good. You know what I mean? We gonna do us.
For sure. I'm excited.
Real quick, if we can get into it before the time cuts off.
Yeah.
So Project Pat puts out M.O.B. in 2018. You produced 95% of the beats. There might have been a little Juicy J influence in there. I don't know who else. But your name is in the credits, man. Like I said, I've still got the article. Hot New Hip Hop did the article. Produced by XTC BEATZ. That's big, bro. That's big.
Crazy, right? I saved the double XL.
Okay. It's either the Hot New Hip Hop article I have or the Double XL article that I have where it says your name. But both of them did. Then Project Pat wants to shoot a video for Slangin' Butter, which was your beat.
Yeah, crazy, right? I wanted to do a video.
And he flew you out there. Am I right?
Yeah, I went out there and everything. Pretty dope, huh?
That's all I meant. Tell the viewers about the experience. Chilling with Project Pat. A South legend in hip hop, man. Part of a legendary group, 3-6 Mafia. Tell me what that experience was like, man.
Went out there, man. We went to a chicken place, man. I forgot what it was called, but it was known. It was like a historical chicken place, man. And yeah, man, it was pretty cool, man. Shooting the video in, man. He's a pretty tall dude, man. But he was spit, dude. Like he was like preaching game, man. Like how these streets are run and stuff like that, man. It was pretty dope, man. It was crazy experience, man. I would definitely do it again, man, for sure. Memphis was pretty cool, man. Stay downtown area, man. I couldn't tell you where, man, but Elvis Presley was
really. Wait, so where was this again? This was St. Louis?
No, Memphis.
Oh, Memphis. That's right.
Yeah,
Is that where he's from?
Yeah, they're from Memphis.
They're from Memphis, right? Okay.
Yeah, so I went to Atlanta, man, and from Atlanta I drove to Memphis, man. So it was about about 5 hours, man. 4 hours.
Wow.
5 hours. Not bad though, man. It was pretty dope, man. It was.
Did you go by yourself?
Nah, I picked up. I went with that. This one cat that I work with out there, man, and then this one dude that shot the video, man. It was pretty dope.
Really?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I really liked it, man. I mean, Project Pat, like I said, man, legend in the South, legendary group, 3-6 Mafia, and you were in the video.
Yeah, crazy.
Like,
right?
Not that he just brought you out there just to be a part of the experience, but you got to be a part of the moment too and have it captured. And I remember seeing you on the I think y'all were in a house with like a staircase, like a carpet staircase coming down. Y'all like dapping up right there. Like you said, he was spitting game. What was he telling you, man? You're an upcoming producer. You know, was he putting you onto the game? Was he giving you knowledge? Was he helping you towards a more successful career?
It was just kind of letting me know, man, that I was hungry. You know what I mean? Like he could see, man, I'm coming out there for that. You know what I mean? I was hungry, man. He was almost like co-signing me, like, yeah, man, you like, yo, man, you hungry. Like he knew, man. I guess and for being a big artist, man, he knows. You know what I mean? Like he's a big artist. You know what I mean? Like when you're a big artist, man, you know what it takes to get there, and you kind of see, you see it in people. Like, oh yeah, cool, he's on the right path or something. You know what I mean?
Hey, XTC. So we're gonna keep it right there, man. We got 1:30 left in this chat, but we jumping right back on. Okay, I'm gonna get some more ice. If you want to refresh your drink, I need some ice to go with this Jameson. But Catchin Up with Mac, episode 4. We're coming right back. Part 2, the one and only XTC BEATZ today, man. I love having you on the show, brother. Hell yeah. We're coming right back. Everybody watching, Brandon, 1221. We jumping right back. AK Ronus or something like that. We jumping right back. Y'all stay in the show. We coming right back. Just jump right back on. I'm gonna come back on in maybe like 2-3 minutes. Okay, I got you.
Cool. Take it easy,
All right, let's do it.